boys and girls. Welcome again, one more time, to Elegant Profanity. Travis Barnes, Dennis Gleason.
Hey.
How's it going?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. I would like to welcome, first and foremost, our brand new sponsor, Epic Power Gaming. Epic Power Gaming, what do you ask? Epic Power Gaming is a video game and technological review website. What it is they take past, present, and future video games, video game accessories, technological things as far as software programs and all things of that nature. And they review them, let you know how great they were, how sucky they were, and pass that information on to you so you don't get burned up with spending all your money on junk and garbage. Or you can spend your money on fantastical objects that you will enjoy at your house in a leisurely time and place. So go to their website, epicpowergaming.com. Check them out on Facebook. They're fantastic. Also, March 2nd, we are going to be doing our first ever live podcast from O'Reilly's downtown. We have one of our past podcast guests on, Robert Turnquist, will be fighting for the championship. He's an MMA fighter. He'll be fighting for the championship over at the Golden Nugget Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi on March 21st. So definitely come out to O'Reilly's, check him out. He'll be there to take some pictures with you fine honeys and handsome fellas. And we probably won't be doing any shots because he's training super hard and we're super proud of him. But that's something that's going to be going down. So come and check him out. Tonight we have on two guys who are two badass and handsome fellows from Triple Tower Entertainment. Two young entrepreneur guys who are just hitting the streets as hard as possible, like it was a somersault of a 30-foot drop off of some train tracks over the riverside onto water, straight onto their bellies. That's how hard they're hitting it. Jordan Simmons.
Yo, where my bitches at?
And Rodney Waits.
Who? All for the killers.
And so we're going to get into tonight of what they've accomplished so far, what their goals are to accomplish in the future, and just all around general information about what's going on with them. So without further ado, let's get this thing cracked.
Let's let it do what it do.
Is that what things kids still say?
I don't know, is it? I think that's an older term. There's the bacon in the pan. It was crack-a-lackin'. Back when they were...
Every time I cook bacon, I get like burn marks all over me. It's
really?
Like the
Every
worst thing
time?
I've ever experienced.
I mean, he cooks with his shirt off, so I mean.
You have to.
Those six-pack abs.
I used to have a six-pack. Now it's a keg in a way. So
It used to be a six-pack. Now it's a pound of bacon.
More bang for your buck.
apple smoked.
Absolutely. So,
Here's a question for you guys. How did you start?
Well, actually,
not even. All right. Let me take it back even farther. It's very vague. Let me take it back even farther. Not what steps did you first take to start. How did it start? Like you must have talked about, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that. And then it started as talk first.
well, I had a vision when I was 17, and that's where I started in my mind. But how it actually started is like the funniest story of all time. So we were out at Pensacola Beach. It was me, Rodney, and a guy named Rob Smith. And we were hanging out with three Norwegian girls.
nice.
That's how it goes.
And I was in a $3,000 linen suit.
Whoa.
And we had a film crew following us around Captain Funds on Pensacola Beach. And we were just hanging out. Everybody was staring at us like, oh, look at these rock stars. And, they even tried to go streaking that night. It was just crazy. So we ended up getting a suite at the Hilton. And the next day we woke up just feeling like the most badass guys in the world because we were just with like three Norwegian girls. So walked up and we're like, guys, we should just go throw the most badass party of all time. And that's what we did. We spent a bunch of money and that developed our name. We got our credibility from it and we've just been going from there. So.
Was this party at the beach?
Yeah, it was called Splash Bash. Splash Bash 2K13. So
It sounds like the beginning of a movie. It's honestly what it sounded like. It's like, wait a minute, let's do this.
Well, we used a couple people. We had Katie Helpman help us out. I don't know if y'all know who K-Pal is, but she helped us out a lot, and Rob Pellerin. So, we had some good connections on how we did things, and
Absolutely.
but it was crazy. I mean, Splash Bash was absolutely like ridiculous. I mean, we had.
Where was that held? Was it at the beach itself?
Yeah, it was at Castaways on Pensacola Beach.
Okay.
Usually our house venue.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think we're missing a big part of this story so far that you just kind of like ran right by and didn't really pay attention to.
The film crew.
The film crew.
Yeah, because I played at the beach before.
So-
Never with 3 Norwegians, $3,000 suit, or a film crew.
You just said that like it was just like typical
Well, the-
everyday thing.
The Norwegian story is like
Not
beyond. Like Rodney's gonna have to say because those are like his girls that he knew and introduced us to.
I mean, they're great girls. I met them on spring break
They're
a couple
great
years
girls.
ago. I mean, actually, Navarre actually knows a
Norwegian.
lot of them, but they're Norwegian. They were a fun, good time, and I invited them out, and we definitely showed
They
them
were
a good time
definitely a good
together.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Why
we
the
showed them a
camera
good time.
crew?
I don't know. I don't know why we had a camera crew because we didn't hire anybody. I mean, we didn't
What?
pay for a camera crew. We
Just
were
the most random guys following you around with
Yeah.
camera. You didn't question them. You're just like, oh, it must be we're on TV or
Well,
what?
because I mean,
Yeah,
they ended
we
up
were
going.
on TV.
They ended up going like streaking with us and everything.
It was probably some softcore porn preview or
We
something.
definitely
Like,
went through
that.
it's
Would've
what
made
that
some
was.
money.
Like, it's what exactly what that was.
Devin was trying to dip their toes into the Pensacola scene.
Something.
I saw that the other day. I was driving by Babes on Davis. I saw it on their billboard. It said, this was a few months back, and it said, Carmen Karma coming to Pensacola.
No,
Porn
God.
star extraordinaire or something like this. So I say, I wonder who she could be. Is she a local talent of some sort?
A lot of talent.
Googled her up. Shout out to Pensacola. That's all you got to say really about that.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
If you know the name, you know why. That's it.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad.
Just a
You
little.
know. You know.
Just something I wanted to throw out there. I would just like to see Pensacola get on the map at any chance that they
Yeah,
can.
I don't know if y'all like keep up with like the award shows for like the adult entertainment, but I'm pretty sure she's like the champion like head giver of all
She's
time.
She's the Michael.
Hey, if my girlfriend ever listens to this, I'm sorry I did not say that.
The
So.
masters of the
It was just tweeted
backstroke.
to him just now.
Yeah,
That
it was just
information.
tweeted to us. I have an automatic update on my phone. And it just gives me
It's sort of like Michael Phelps. So he was good at the backstroke, but she was just good at stroking while on her back. So it's a little different.
A little
That's a little different.
Same concept.
Same concept. Well, no, not even. One was swimming.
Well, yeah.
Well, she was swimming.
Not in that perverted example.
So, fast forward, we're at Splash Bash.
Yes.
Who do you talk to and say, hey, this is something I want to get organized?
Well,
Because I'm sure you can't just go up and say, hey, we'd like to throw a badass party here. You game? Let's do it.
that's exactly what we did.
Well, I mean, yes, that's actually how
You must have been known there before, right? I mean, or did
Yeah.
you walk in?
Well, I mean, we kind of were just these average shows that kind of enjoyed the venue from time to time. You know,
Okay.
a couple of venues that were on the exact same boardwalk, but really, we just kind of walked in.
You know
with
what?
a concept,
We said we're gonna do this huge ass festival,
and they got it.
and I mean, we spent like 13 grand on our first time. I mean,
Whoa.
so
I can see that because it's exactly what we just did the other day. Like
Yeah.
you're looking into, like, oh, it must have been something. But even us at the time, we're like, we could just go in there and do it, say what we want to do. You know, it's
Right.
like it wasn't this big thing. I understand exactly where you're coming from on that.
But at the same time,
To the outside perspective, it's like you must have known somebody,
You know what
or
you want, so
no.
they respect
or it's
Well-
a big thing
well,
to
when we got
overcome. We
linked
just
up
walk.
when we got linked up with Katie Helpman, she actually got us because we were gonna end up paying for the venue, and because of her connection, she got us the venue for free.
it. Shout out to K-pop,
So
that's for sure.
she did a lot for us as far as organizing. Because I worked offshore, and I mean they were the guys that were here making everything happen. And when I got home, I mean, you know, just to make sure it was laid out right. I mean, they did a solid job. So
Absolutely.
it was our first time, and we started off with probably the biggest, you know, festival that Pensacola Beach has had so far as like a small company, you know, doing it.
How did that happen? That's more of the important part. I mean, how did people actually that didn't know what the event was or they didn't even know who you were? So how did you get that many people interested?
Promo.
Yeah, man.
But
just
that's
rely
it?
on the-
That's
Are you
why
serious?
we
Absolutely.
specialize in it, man. I mean, flyers, radio. I mean, we are so good at it, man. Like every Saturday night, we have a college throwdown. I mean, 2 weekends ago we hit almost max capacity. That's like over 800 people.
Over 850 people.
To the beach in the wintertime.
That's
I
a
mean,
shit
it's
ton.
Unheard of, you know. So
800 people at Hopjacks in the wintertime.
and our DJ is like one of the best DJs of Pensacola. I mean, this guy is like he's a brand ambassador for DJ Tech and DJ Queasy. Shout out DJ Queasy. He is awesome.
I mean, NAMM, baby. He went to NAMM, the biggest trade show. I mean,
he's great. So, and we have a solid team.
I thought you were talking about the war. He's in war. How old is this guy?
No, see, that's a funny thing. NAMM's actually a trade show for artists and DJs that are very good, and he was selected by a very few amount. So, like, his credibility in this company is unreal. And he's a very big help in this company.
It seems like all this stuff, though, just happened very quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has.
Well, this was started we did this 2 years ago.
Right.
So, I mean, last year, we were mediocre. For some reason, dude, this is like our year, man. Like, I mean, we've just been blessed so much to have everything, like all these doors opening up for us. I mean, we have a solid promo team. I mean, great people, you know. Our promoters, they're family to us, you know, and we try to take care of them as much. I mean, but it's a building process, you know. So as we grow into this big, huge thing, I mean, we want to be bigger than like Universal Studios at some point in time.
Universal conglomerate of entertainment. I mean, we're talking all aspects.
Are y'all going to start tapping into other ventures other than Pensacola?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Very soon, actually, probably.
Oh.
I mean, we've got, like we said, we've got our college throwdown every Saturday night at Castaway. Shout out to the venue and everybody that works there. And really, man, we've been pulling numbers that even in the wintertime is just unreal.
So did you guys sit down after you did Splash Bash? Did y'all get together and say, I think there's a way that we can actually make money doing this?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so from then you said, it's time to start actually focusing 100% on this task, and everybody said, yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first year, like right after Splash Bash, we started throwing these small parties.
Right, a couple nights.
And we got addicted to it, man, because a lot of people don't understand what comes with, like, you know, what we have to do to make it happen. But
it's a lifestyle
it's
change.
A cash business.
Yeah.
And when we say cash, I mean, other people will be like, oh, these guys just throw parties for them. But they don't understand the amount of cash that comes into this kind of a company, you know. So, and when you have a full crowd of 800 people just having a blast and you're screaming, it's an adrenaline rush, you know, just to experience that, you know, just it's great.
And knowing you're the reason for it. That's the other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
there's a difference because we've all been in a crowd of people.
Right.
And then we've been responsible for that crowd of people. And it's and there's a different feeling.
Quite a change up, yeah. But you gotta keep your ego down and you gotta thank all your supporters. And that's what we really like to build this business off of, is all of our support. Like, shout out to everybody that goes out to our events and supports Triple Tower Entertainment, because what we do is 1 in a million, and they know it.
Absolutely. It's so fantastic to see something like that happen. To just take something that's an idea,
something that's nothing,
so very successful.
Dude, we've took so many risks.
I mean, that's part of it, dude. I mean, this entrepreneurialism at its finest. You and me both know, Jay, that you got to make that primary investment to get something back.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. And really, we live our life on risk, and there's a lot that comes with it.
I can imagine. As far as, without going into it, like, in the too many details, how do you work out something like that with a business like that, as far as how you're saying all this cash that's coming in? How do you go in there and say, listen, we're going to bring you this, and this is what we want in return? Where does that come from?
Well,
abundance exchange.
Yeah, it's an abundance thing. But when they see, like, you can't just be an average Joe and walk into a venue and say, hey, I want to throw a party here, because they won't do it. You have to have some credibility. And it took a lot of hard work and dedication for the past 2 years to build a brand. You have to have a brand. And what we get is because, I mean, we've earned it. We've worked so hard. We took losses and just kept fighting and going and pushing and pushing and pushing till it finally worked. So
absolutely,
it's starting to work now. And, I mean, this, you know, as we start this year, this is our year that's actually really, really working for us. I mean, we're going to be bringing in some big artists, comedians, whatever. I mean, anything entertainment, we're going to do it. I mean, private events, special events, birthday parties, weddings. I mean, if you want like a gorgeous wedding, we're going to do it. I mean, anything that can make money in the entertainment industry, that is like the #1 industry in the world. The entertainment industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And our company is going to have the whole entire industry under one roof. And that's how we're going to do things. So, I mean, it's an unstoppable thing as long as
we're making
it happen.
Brand ourselves. That is exactly the way we will brand ourselves. Is that we will go about it the way that everybody else, wants to, and they either can be involved in it or they can be against it. But either way, one day we're going to prevail because we will keep our consistency and perseverance.
Yeah, and we take care of our people. Our patrons, everybody that comes to come hang out with us. I mean, we give them free shots. We thank them.
The military.
Yeah, military comes hard. I
Yes.
mean, we get every single time. I mean, we have, shout out to the military. I mean, those guys are putting their hands up, jumping up and down, going crazy. Every time we give them free shots. I mean, yeah, there's this one guy, man. He's, I'm forgetting his name right now. There's so many people. But this guy brings a little mini American flag every time to our Saturday nights. He just holds it up in the air.
USA,
I mean, there's like
USA.
400 people around him, and they're just chanting,
crazy.
That's beautiful.
So,
It is. It's a good aspect.
whatever we can do, UWF comes really, that's the people we want to take care of, because we're young. I mean, I'm 21 years old,
I'm soon to be 23. So,
Yeah, so-
we're around the same age bracket.
we got some big things, man. I got a baby on the way, so
I don't.
I got a little girl on the way. I'm 21 years old, but
Shout out to baby mama.
yeah, shout out to my baby mama.
Absolutely.
She's a great woman. I mean, she's way older than me. I go after MILFs, so.
So what you're saying is like 4 women just went. Me?
Yeah.
Which one? Who?
Was there ever a point where y'all took a big, hard loss and said, I'm done with this?
Yes, actually, there was. I mean, we weren't even not proud to say it, but everybody, in the game of entrepreneurialism, whether you're doing construction or whether you're doing entertainment business, I mean, you take a loss, and we were scared of that initial loss, and actually, it's the one that made our credibility. That's the funny part about the company.
Yeah, it was our last. I mean, we did Splash Bash 2 years in a row. It was our last Splash Bash.
Yes.
I mean, it was a 2-day event, and this time I spent the same amount of money as the first time, and we took a major loss. I mean, we had the guys from Party Down South there, and dude, Josh Tharp was there. He was hosting, and Daddy. Now Tharp is a really good buddy of mine. He was great, but Daddy got a little too drunk,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he's still a great guy, but he got a little too drunk.
Uh-huh.
And we were front page of the newspaper. I mean, we promoted it hard, but now that we know where we made our mistakes, we're gonna fix them. I mean, we're using the community now. We're building a family, and every time someone comes to our Saturday nights, they come to our Wednesday nights at Wild Greg's. Every single time these people come in, we take care of them, and we're building a community, a family for our future. So, we want to ask the community, hey, what artists, would you like us to bring? I mean, just asking you, Travis, I mean, who would you like to see? Who would you want us, as far as a hip-hop artist, a country singer, who would you like to see? Rock singer, it doesn't matter.
Well, I know Lil Wayne's going to Destin. So, if you could get him to come down here, that'd be pretty cool.
So, you would like to see Lil Wayne?
Sure.
Can I fill it? Can I add one?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a big one.
Dave Chappelle.
Metallica.
Metallica would be huge. Huge. And that's what we want to do. I mean, we want to take our Splash Bash, as small as it is, but it's not that small.
No.
I mean, our first one had a couple thousand people there, but that's small to a festival-size event,
Right, and see, that's where our mindset comes out, is because he was sitting there saying, that's small. I mean, we're talking 1,800 to 2,200 people is what came. I mean, we want to throw it with 50,000,
Right.
100,000.
Yeah, we want to make a few $1 million every time we do an event. I mean, we want to be able to walk into a club. If we were just doing a club event, this is just one part of the aspect of our business. If we're doing a club event, when they hear Triple Tower Entertainment's coming, we want to make 20 grand.
Right.
Every single time our name is said, they know Triple Tower's going down. It's going to be a badass party. There's going to be bitches everywhere. There's going to be titties popping out.
Well,
This is elegant, okay? That's
right.
elegant.
yeah. Well, Jay-Z wasn't listening. We're okay. But
Right.
really, like, the thing is that pushes our business, and that's what I love about the drive about this business, is not only the money. Yeah, the money comes with it, and yeah, that's the way we have our business, but really it's still a business.
Right.
We deal with all the stresses of every normal day life and our personal lives, that we go with, and that's everything that comes with the total of being an entrepreneur. And I really want to do a shout out to everybody that comes out and show support, because without them, we wouldn't have these big dreams.
Yeah, I was just kidding about the titty stand.
No, the titties are good. I'm going to go back and see it.
You guys want to be the Bang Bros in the entertainment world.
Exactly.
No.
We want to be brazzers.
See, the best part about that is we're not connected. We don't know that reference.
Yeah, I can't name
You
a
don't,
porn
because
site right now.
you don't hear that reference in everyday life. People, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like if you said that at work,
You're embarrassed.
people would be embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for myself.
You should be.
A little bit.
No, you should be.
I just said Bang Bros. Wow.
Well, I think like Pornhub, everyone pretty much goes there. Like any guy that's like, from 18 years old to like 35,
86.
he goes a couple times a day in the bathroom to watch some Pornhub or something, So, so they definitely get the traffic.
I like to go old school and look at JCPenney catalogs. The plus size models wearing the bras and panties.
Yeah,
I like to keep it old school.
Yeah, keep it old school.
You have to go old school. Sometimes I put up like a fort in the living room with the blankets and the couch, so I can go on a porn hut and with my porn hub at the same time. It's delightful afternoon. Yeah.
Look at you.
It is very cute.
You with all your Indians at the sweat lodge.
You got to do it. You got to do
now
it.
you're in there beating off in a teepee.
That was a crazy experience, by the way. Holy shit, that happened last weekend.
Oh no.
It was sweat lodge.
I feel like I'm on like the Howard Stern show.
It's a little bit.
We're pre-gaming for J-Lo or something. Like something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is gonna pop. It feels
You
like
think so?
You really do. Like y'all don't even understand. Like all the audience listening right now, this is just a great feeling, guys. Just sitting here, to be asked to come on the show, and I mean they're entrepreneurs themselves, so they have a vision and they're going after it. So I encourage anybody that has a dream or a vision,
support locals.
you don't have to work for somebody else. You can do what you want to do, because even if you work for somebody else, you can still not succeed. You can still be fired. There's no guarantee. So it's better to just take the risk and go for it and keep failing until it works. And that's what's going to be the best thing for you,
Well said, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think that's really important that, and as far as locals working with locals, like you said, locals, support your locals. I was bad of it myself whenever I was a youngster, and guys would be out at the beach passing those CDs around. Oh, this is trash, blah, 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 local music sucks. But when we started this, having local bands come on, having you guys come on, having the fighters come on,
Thank you
just
guys. We appreciate it.
all these locals come on, you realize that together, if we can keep a close relationship and build each other up in everything that we do,
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
I mean, absolutely, man. Like, how are you gonna make a big wave of change if you can't throw a gigantic ass rock?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And everybody around here, that's why the whole support locals thing comes in, because I respect everyone that wants to make it on their own. I
Right.
still can pay my bills without being, a hard-working sweatshop labor, and I can still make my family happy with what I can do for them.
See, it's interesting, and it sounds like you're trying to justify it.
I'm trying because.
But it doesn't need to be done. Like, I feel like that's like beaten into our heads. Like if you aren't if you aren't suffering, you're not working.
Right.
Like if you're enjoying yourself, you need to
be working.
if you're enjoying yourself, you need to go get a real job.
Right.
Like if it isn't, and I don't know where that is, where we're taught that, where if you aren't suffering, it isn't work.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like I don't remember it. Like I remember things as you get older, remember things from your past. But do you remember like where like there was one instance where you were like, oh well, that's it. I have to suffer to work.
Well, I think where that comes from is take the 1800s.
Okay.
And up to the era of the Great Depression. There was no internet. There's no electricity. There's none of that stuff. This doesn't exist. None of that. What do you have to do to be successful? You have to get out. You have to farm. You gotta plant things. You
Churn butter.
Churn butter. You have to do all this manual labor.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you're not looking at suffering as the way I meant it.
I get what you're saying.
Physical labor isn't necessarily suffering, but I'm like you have to because you dislike it. You have to continue doing it. I'm not saying it right.
It's like pushed in your head as like parents pushing into their kids' head. Yeah.
People here.
I mean, even our schooling system. I mean, our schooling system is the absolute worst now. I mean, I don't know what the percentage is. I've heard it a million times. I don't know if it's like 60% of college graduates or whatever. They're either underpaid or underemployed. I mean, they have, there's people with, master's degrees working at Ruby Tuesdays or whatever, it just depends on what field you're going after. But there's a lot of different things that could be better. If parents or whatever were pushing entrepreneurialism to create more jobs and to do what you love rather than working for somebody else and making corporations a bunch more money. It's because man, that's not what life's all about. Life's about helping other people and doing what you love. And going through obstacles and learning every single day to become a better person.
And we're still not downing. Bear in mind the fact that people work for other people.
No. I'm not talking about that. But I'm just more talking about the mindset. Like, where does that come from?
But that's what I was trying to tell you earlier with the whole thing. I think that their kids from like the Great Depression, their kids, they grow up. Their parents teach them, hey, if you want to have nice things, you gotta go out and you have to work for them. Actually work for them. Those kids grow up to become parents. They teach their kids, hey, if you want something, you've got to go out and you gotta do it. And that keeps going on to a cycle until it comes along and we get these technological advances in the world that there is now, to where you can say, like our kids, we can tell them, say, hey, if you don't want to go out and be a cashier at Publix, you can go and do virtual
retail
face portraits at that point. Who knows? Where you're drawing on an iPad for a family portrait in 10 seconds. And then you say, oh, there's your family portrait. Thanks.
That's actually a brilliant idea that I'm going to talk about in 33 minutes. Go ahead. Keep going. I got a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
I do agree.
I want to hear your idea.
It's so good. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm not saying it out loud
like the anticipation.
for everybody else to hear it. Once we turn off.
Oh, okay, guys. Hey.
These mics. Because not only is it possible, I think. All right, we'll just wait.
Yeah.
He's the blue balls of the podcast world.
Yeah, he's.
Get ready for the blast in 33 minutes.
I like to call it blue ear.
Am I the only one that, like, when they laugh, it sounds like an old man? Like, it's just like farting dust?
Yeah, that might. Yeah.
Yes.
You're the only one that has it.
I keep hearing myself in, like, these earphones. It sounds like an old man farting dust every single time.
It only sounds that way because he must have a point of reference. I mean.
You hear that? Did you hear it? Did you hear the pup?
That
like
was
the
you.
poof?
Like you made the laugh. Yes, that's you.
I'm thinking the point is coming from that. For those who don't know, he just took out his uncircumcised penis and pointed it at Jordan. Just giving you guys the visual.
That was the first one I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was kind of like an adventure.
I'm in the other room. I didn't even see it.
You can see it from the other room too. Don't worry about that.
Here come the midgets.
We're gonna toss them at the end of the show.
Too bad you can't see it.
I know it. It's beautiful. Oh, there we go. Let me ask you this. So you guys, you said 21 and 23. You're going in there to these venues. I'm sure that these cats have got to be up in their 50s, owning businesses for 20, 30 years. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely.
What is that like?
Man, we're aggressive.
Really? Where does that confidence come from? Do you have?
Dude,
y'all have a business degree?
No.
No, honestly.
So
I'm a high school dropout.
So where does this aggression come in and say, look, this is what's going on. If you don't like it, we'll take it to somebody that will like it.
Like-minded individuals. We feed off of each other.
It's a mindset.
Absolutely.
And when you don't look at somebody else to being better than you, I can look at a multi-millionaire. I've met billionaires, and I put them on the same level as I am because my mind is a $1 billion mindset. So if somebody's a billionaire, there's nothing that. The only reason he's a billionaire is because the 24 hours in a day is where he put his time, is the reason he has those billions of dollars. I have that mindset. So with the time that we're putting into this, we're going to make, big things happen because we're going after those things because of the way our minds work.
Absolutely. Like, why can't we develop the mindset to be just as good as the ones we idolize? I mean, really, they just took the right steps. They were given the right opportunity.
Absolutely.
We need to search for it, and that's why I believe that being an entrepreneur is.
But they're just regular people. They're absolutely just regular people. I mean, they enjoy drinking a beer after work, whatever.
So when you always say you have a $1 billion mindset, do you think a lot like Christian Grey?
50 Shades of Grey?
Mm-hmm. This is something that I want to get into real quick. This is something that we've been talking about on our personal time, and I think it's time that we finally bring this out into the world. Are you ready for this? Okay. I'm gonna get into it.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
so amped
No,
up about it. I'm on.
you're full of vinegar
I'm sorry,
tonight. He's
I'm
full of
sorry.
vinegar.
Valentine's Day. Me and my old lady go check this movie out. For those who don't know about this 50 Shades of Grey, I know this is completely off the topic, but that's okay. This is.
We gotta get back, so I gotta remember it.
That's fine. Remember it.
At the same time, though, I'm very interested.
No, yeah, that's what I'm stopping.
Yeah, I
Go
haven't
ahead.
seen it, so I mean.
Are you aware of at least like the concept of the idea?
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's a billionaire, but he does like the torturing type sex stuff,
Absolutely.
right?
Right.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Okay,
Spoiler alert.
so go ahead, Trav, because I know what he's gonna say. We've had this discussion.
So he takes this quote unquote virgin. I think she's like 24 years old, something like this.
Unheard of.
Unheard of. Not true. Completely. So take this unsuspecting young lady and opens her up sexually into all these ventures, which I don't believe, first and foremost, because we've all dealt with virgins. They're very closed off, kept to themselves. They would never agree to being tied up and whipped and chained and all this good stuff. Right out of the gates, nonetheless. Right out of the gates.
Yeah, so like she needs a couple 12 inchers before she steps up to that bat.
It's that's an honest opinion that you're not hearing. Like
Well,
everybody's
two guys
debating
with
it,
two
you're not
six
hearing
inches.
that though.
Right.
No, and what you said, Jordan, about the cocks. No, but what Travis said.
That's good.
And you're absolutely right. Nobody's right from the get-go, the whole thing's flawed.
Right.
The logic is flawed right from the beginning.
And I think what it's really sending a mixed message of is whenever I went to the movie theater, I'm looking around, I see maybe me and the rest of the guys in there is probably 5 dudes. 5 dudes total in a 200-person theater. Okay?
How many females?
That's a good math.
Right?
That's a good math.
Shit.
That's good math. Rodney, the contractor with the math, right out of the gate.
It sounds like our events. That's what I'm
So
saying.
the answer is 5.
So if I'm one of those guys on the outside looking in and say, look at all these chicks who love getting tied up in torture sex. If I'm out at one of you guys' events and I find me a nice young lady who's doing plenty of shots of fireballs, that we learned tonight from Rodney is the equivalent to 1 donut, ladies.
Yeah, calorie-wise.
Absolutely.
do not-
Calorie-wise, don't drink that shit. I know you love it. Fireball. No.
So you go home, you've had your 15 shots.
I'm gonna write down idea 2.
Things are all crazy.
Talk about it after the show.
You go in there and the guy's thinking to himself, how do I know this girl's a slut, more than likely. So how can I stand out from the others that she's been with? I guarantee you, the new hot movie 50 Shades of Grey, she's going to want to be tied up
Yeah,
and
that
beat.
definitely doesn't work. That doesn't work.
But doesn't it?
Debatable.
Okay.
Debatable.
All right, let me.
Wait a
There's
minute,
very few billionaires in the world that look that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donald Trump. Would you want Donald Trump tying you up? He's like,
I don't think he's letting me stay in his
I mean, as long as he has like some good hair solution, right, with a comb. I mean, it might be a good time. But I
You're
don't know.
tortured.
Yeah.
You're tortured.
Shout out to Pantene. They're our sponsor.
But I'm saying that guy doesn't know. He's like, hey, she's got to like the movie. All these girls like the movie. That must be the new fetish going around. He ties her up. He beats her. He Adrian Peterson's and Ray Rice's girl's pussy.
But you have to imagine.
Next thing he knows, he's catching a charge. He
You
didn't
just
know.
said pussy on here, that's
He
great.
didn't know.
Wait. Okay, this is one thing I've actually heard. Okay, that a guy, he likes to watch porn, right? But a girl,
Allegedly.
she likes to read it.
Allegedly, for sure.
Because when they read it, and like something about the fantasy, it's in their mind, so their imagination goes like 10 times what it is, you know?
He went to a couple pregnancy Yoda classes. Yeah,
And now
That's
he's a-
true.
he's a
I've just
master
heard
of the
this.
That's
women
good
mind.
insight, though.
Okay,
Fuck that. That's
guys,
good
I-
insight.
Guys, I get Cosmo magazine.
No, that's
okay?
good. That's
No, I
good
went to
insight.
Books A Million, and
I'm
they
not-
had to sell me a magazine prescription, a subscription. Of course, I went through Cosmo.
You had to write the
It's like,
first
why
on the
not?
prescription.
Yeah, I mean, they give good tips. Great tips in Cosmo magazine.
It's genius because
You heard it
definitely.
here first.
No, I think it's a brilliant idea because you have to know your opponent, right? In a sense.
Exactly.
But opponent's not the right one, obviously. But you have to know. You have to know.
You're gonna beat her ass later.
Well, okay. But opponent means.
Hashtag Ray
I feel
Rice.
like.
Hashtag left hooks. Go ahead, dude.
When you say the word opponent, though, it acts as if maybe she even has a chance at winning.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
a good call.
sexist.
That is a
It
little
was
sexist.
exactly-
Respect women's rights.
How
I'm not-
dare you?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying anybody should anybody, but I'm saying if it's a physical altercation is going to happen, a man is definitely stronger than a woman. I'm not saying
Absolutely.
either one should be hitting each other. I'm saying It wouldn't.
I'm kind of on the fence right now, guys. What if a lot of women I know are listening?
That's an honest assumption. I'm not saying anybody should be hit. I'm saying
you can take Ronda Rousey?
that's exactly the thing though. But like, I wouldn't be her opponent because she would dominate me in a fight.
But would you have sex with Ronda Rousey?
Okay.
That's another.
Well, I get what you're saying. Okay, so let's say like weight and height. Okay, I'm like 5'8".
Ding, ding.
I'm like 180 pounds.
I'm not talking about fighter. I'm not talking about. I'm in a
Jordan's now
hole.
doing the tell
No,
tape.
if
Yeah,
I'm not.
I was ready for the other opponent.
Yeah, we're doing
Well,
like the
we're
official
running
weigh-ins right now.
Well, because I'm explaining this terribly, but it's a good point if I can get to it.
It's
I
a
gotta
great
find
analogy.
it.
It was bad. Like
It's
just
something.
right.
That's,
You're taking Davis Highway
yeah,
to get to Namo.
but I'm on I-10. I'm on I-10 taking Davis Highway.
Right.
That's how I got here.
All right, let me try to get to this. No, I'm not talking about like okay, top athlete woman, top male athlete. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like girlfriends that we would all have.
Okay.
If a physical altercation came down, a male was definitely going to be able to take care of the situation if it needed to be done.
More than likely.
Yeah,
That's
provider, yeah.
that's the point that I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I
That
totally
took a
understand.
while. It took a while, but we got there.
Yeah.
We got there.
That was my little rant that I wanted to touch base.
I appreciated it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I apologize for what I did.
It's just been bugging me. I just don't want some poor helpless guy catching a charge because he reenacted a movie.
Alright guys,
That's all
I
I'm
actually
saying.
have a question. I don't know why I want to know this. It's just randomly popping up in my head.
5.5.
If y'all could be any superhero, but you can make your own superhero, who would you be?
Make your own superhero or meet your own superhero?
You could become your own superhero with your own powers. What would your name be? What would your powers be? And
Is it weird that I would pick to be like just as good looking as Matthew McConaughey? Like,
No.
is that weird?
No.
That's
Like-
not weird at all.
well,
No,
he looks
that's
like
not
kind of
weird
like a crackhead now. Do y'all see how much weight he lost, like in his neck
Wait.
and stuff?
Yeah, after his AIDS movie.
but
Yeah.
he's still a badass.
Which was a badass movie. That movie
Wait, it was
was
an AIDS
Great
movie?
movie.
yeah, it was actually based on a true story. It
I
was
didn't watch
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
He lost a lot of weight, like to literally look like he had AIDS, like he was going through the
Yeah.
symptoms of AIDS.
Yeah.
It's
Dedication.
badass.
Great movie.
You should appreciate dedication.
Is it on Netflix?
It is
Yeah, I
not.
don't
It's
know.
not. No.
Redbox.
It's too good. It's
Redbox.
Redbox.
All right, I'll go to Redbox right after.
Check
that.
out True Detective. Him and Woody Harrelson did a show on HBO last year called True Detective. Badass.
Awesome.
Matthew McConaughey, I'd probably kiss him. He's a badass. Like me some McConaughey. So if I could become a superhero,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
if I was gonna meet a superhero, first and foremost, everybody, I can hear the phones turning off as we speak.
my ribs.
If I could meet a superhero, it would be Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Is he a superhero? To me,
I think it counts.
Well, dude, Sub-Zero was one of my favorite fighters.
Love
Okay, this doesn't have nothing to do with Mortal Kombat, but in Tekken, Yoshimitsu, he was the most badass looking ninja guy of all time.
That's true. Good point. My top fighters ever is probably Leota Machida, Sub-Zero, right there together.
Scorpion's pretty badass though.
He's a badass, but he's
Such
a
a
rival.
compliment. Which he
I
was
mean,
listening.
it's
That's great.
fire and ice. I mean, fire and ice. I mean,
It's a good
I don't
compliment.
know. I've seen multiple videos with them fighting, and for some reason they kill either one kills the other person every single time.
Right.
So I don't know how many times they have, how many lives they have, but they are constantly coming back and resurrecting.
It's an infinity battle. So real quick, here we go.
Alright,
You have to pick a superpower, and what is your superpower hero name?
okay.
Go.
Momentum, man.
And what is your superpower?
I'm very interested.
To create momentum.
Terrible.
That's powerful.
That's what
No,
we're
no.
doing here on this
No,
website.
he's got it. He's
Yeah,
got it down.
That's what we're doing here.
Exactly.
Create momentum.
Absolutely, man.
Think about that. Like, okay, in video games, where it was sliding over the momentum bar, right? In the
Yeah.
momentum bar.
Yeah.
And how did you create? How did you create it by shooting the basket? Like, how did you actually create what momentum is? Like, what is moving it?
So
Not the actions it takes. Not like promoting.
Confusing, man. Okay.
Not. This is deep.
It's good.
So
yeah.
you
that-
create-
Not.
momentum.
No. Okay. Okay. You promote things, right? By you guys promote things by advertising.
Absolutely. It's one of our services.
And that's how, okay. So not the act of actually promoting, like the effort it takes you to post something.
Right.
That's not momentum. Like what actually
It's
causes
the
that?
inspiration.
Like what causes? Because there has to be a connection from that person that sees it
Absolutely.
and says, okay, I want to be a part of that now.
Yes.
So what's that in between energy? That's what I'm talking about.
And if you had to ask me, it would be to inspire.
To push it out, right?
Not
make
to
it
push
go,
it out.
To make it go.
What makes that?
To build the momentum.
What makes that click?
To build the momentum.
Right. Like what's that
The
tipping
hype.
To
point?
build that mindset.
To build our hype. I mean, the momentum for our events is built by hype. I mean, that's. I don't know if that even works together in any way.
To speak on it, of course it works. And
Yeah.
hype works with it. But really, it's the believers. You find the.
But there's got to be like a tipping point where like, oh, now it's gone. Like now it's hit. Now we're on fire. Like where's that? How's that rolling get started?
Yeah, exactly. And you're the creator of that.
Exactly. That's my superpower.
Okay, I just want to point out there, real quickly,
Very hard superpower.
that
It's the best superpower of all time.
Instead of saying that I could be Astro Man and be able to leave the atmosphere whenever I want, just go over to Jupiter and just hang out and party, and then come back over here. No, I'll just take momentum. I like to hype people up whenever I walk into Walmart.
No, see, you're
I'll take some popcorn chicken. Can I get some popcorn chicken? Popcorn chicken. Woo, 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 woo. The sirens going. Meanwhile, I'm on Jupiter playing Pluto with Superman because he's probably the only person that's gonna be.
I think if there was one superpower, yeah, absolutely.
Popcorn chicken in this bit.
Absolutely.
What would you be? What
would I be?
What would you be? What would be your superpower?
Okay, I'm thinking of a couple. Alright. One would be, alright, y'all know on the latest Men in Black movie,
Okay.
where the guy could look into like different dimensions and see like different things happening.
I feel like I'm there.
Like he hated his life because no matter what he did, he always knew what the future was gonna hold.
Every single random outcome he knew.
Yeah, every outcome, and no matter what, he's like, oh, if that happened, then that's gonna happen, you know. So his mind's always going like a gazillion miles an hour.
Right.
But that was pretty cool.
It was.
But if I could slow it down just to predict the future, and that's probably something I would want to do. Or to have the ability to, okay, I guess a human only uses like 10% of their brain. I would like to use like the full 100%.
That's what I was actually going to say. Based off of a true movie, it's a great movie, I'm sure.
What movie was that called? Limitless?
Yeah.
I've also heard that that's not true. In recent studies, they found that you do use 100% of your brain. I've actually heard that. I don't know how true that is, but I have heard that.
Say that one more time.
That you can use, that you do use 100% of your brain.
Absolutely. You don't use, I've heard this, you don't use all of it at once.
Right.
But you use each part of your brain. Like all of the brain that you have, each section, you use all of it at one point to get the tasks done that humans need to get done.
Okay.
So you use all of your brain, just not all at once. Like if you could focus all your brain power on blink, you'd never open your eye again.
Right.
So that's the answer.
But if let's say that you did have the ability to look into the future, would you use that ability?
Would I use it to look into the future? Absolutely. I mean, I really want to know what my future holds, you know, and what our future holds as well with what we're doing, you know. Let's say Triple Tower and stuff, man. I really want to know because we're on the mark to do some really big things, and if we can be the young entrepreneurs, you know, with me, Rodney, Queasy, Zach, and all our promoters, and really build something and become like the billionaires of the city and like just own everything, you know, but make a difference in this world, you know. I would like to see if that happens, you know, and like I'm having a daughter and stuff, like what's gonna happen with that, you know. I know I'm gonna be a great dad, but just to see, you know, to make sure everything just goes great, you know, to be able to have am I gonna have a nice house? Am I gonna have a nice vehicle? You know, am I gonna have money to support everybody? You never know. The only thing I don't want to know is when I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, if we could live forever, I probably wouldn't want to live forever because you know there's something on the other side. So you know, I don't want to live forever, but I would like to see up to the future to maybe 10 years ahead or something. You know, just see or 5 years. 5-year plan is a good thing to look 5 years ahead, you know, to see where we're going to be. I know we're going to be something huge.
So, 2015 that we're in now.
Yes.
Y'all have had great success so far.
Yes, ma'am.
At the beginning, and it's been cold as balls. It's super cold tonight.
Right.
Summertime's coming up pretty soon. Well, actually, spring break is coming up even sooner.
Yes.
Do y'all have anything that's going on this spring break that we should know about?
Absolutely. Jordan, would you like to tell a little bit about our spring break plans? I mean,
Yeah,
rhymes
actually.
with a professional bikini model, actually.
Yeah, well, she's actually a playmate. We were just talking to an agent we know named Ron Mahoney. He owns Exotic Angels, and he has a playmate that we do really good business with. You know, we have some good connections with, and her name is Jessica Canizales.
You can look her up on
She has
Facebook.
over 1 million, likes on Facebook. I mean,
Absolutely.
she's a ex-playmate, huge following. She's been a world champion in bikini model shows all over the United States. So we're really wanting to, bring her to Pensacola and do a bikini contest with a badass party,
To host it, for the fellow girls all around here, that all want to be bikini models. They're kind of entrepreneurs. We respect that. And we want to bring them with somebody that they can idolize.
Are they going to be competing against her?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, depending on the.
She will be the host.
Yeah, you don't even understand. Like,
I'm just saying.
like, she can melt ice on impact, and just looking at it, it melts immediately.
Wow. Great for her.
Well, I mean, she is standing in Florida at the time, so, the weather can be nothing else.
Yeah, she would probably be, like, the hottest thing to ever touch the sand on Pensacola Beach. I mean, world, if she did touch Pensacola Beach, I mean, we might get, like, a damn, I don't know, tsunami wave coming through there or something. I don't know.
Probably for sure pull a picture of her up before this is over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go to Facebook.
Does anybody have? I need a high def.
Jessica Canizales, VIP.
Can you spell the last name?
Absolutely, I think so. Canizales. Canazales.
No, that's definitely wrong.
If you had one superpower,
that's pretty close.
I actually have it.
Did you say Can of Cialis?
No, actually, Canizales.
Canizales.
Okay,
Can of Cialis would be funny.
Jessica.
Here we go.
Canizales VIP.
Guys, did you not notice that's what I said?
It kind of sounded like that's exactly
that's
what you
I said, yeah.
Well, I don't even know, but I just know she's like I mean, it's going to be a great ass party, so. I mean,
no pun intended.
Y'all can like her on Facebook, Y'all definitely need to check out our page on Facebook. I mean, we have over 10,000 likes. Some are from Turkey, but still. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely, but guys, really, we just want to hype the event and just tell you about, like you were talking about, our spring break plans. I mean, we're not just a company that kind of throws in last-minute ideas. We're just dealing with a lot of, factors in this time that's very critical to our success or our doom. And, like we were talking about earlier, that entrepreneurs take either a loss or a gain. Right now in the season where we're at, I mean, it's kind of going well, but at the same time, we got to pre-plan these events. So spring break, we want to really bring something to thank all of our supporters.
And that'd be a great kickoff also for all the events coming up in the summertime if you bring in something like that.
Absolutely.
A great event to pop off like that.
Yeah, like Splash Bash. I mean, Splash Bash, we're going to get the community involved, like I was saying earlier, and really ask our audience what artists they would like to see, and I mean, we have solid DJs, and DJ Queasy knows tons of people from LA, big DJs, DJ Jazzy
from
Jeff,
and
like
trade show I told you guys about. They're all the international DJs.
Yeah, huge DJ names, he can bring down. And we just want to do something different to make Pensacola Beach the new, party spot. We're doing huge things in Pensacola Beach. I mean, they have Hangout Fest. Hangout Fest is pretty big, but we want to do something like Hangout Fest. Instead of in Orange Beach, we want to do it on Pensacola Beach.
Right.
Done by Triple Tower Entertainment, but it was created by a bunch of young entrepreneurs that just made it happen, and we all put our minds together, and we believe in a family aspect, and, using our connections and developing relationships to really just grow this, and just be politicians the whole way, shaking hands, kissing babies, whatever we have to do, and just really taking care of people, that take care of us and support us.
Absolutely, because without them, really, we would be quite the obstacle to get over. I mean, it would be harder, for us. So, we really thank all of our supporters who really want to see the bigger aspect of what Triple Tower Entertainment wants to do.
For the since y'all have picked up a lot of momentum and bringing a lot of attention to Pensacola, have y'all just outside of the promotions and everything, as far as giving back to the community, is there any charitable organizations that y'all have been wanting to help out with, or plan or organize any events with them?
Absolutely. I mean, the splash bash that we told you about initially that we did to get everything kicked off, we went a certain percentage of the door went to the Wounded Warriors. But actually, in turn, this year in 2015, we're going to be bringing in an organization that I actually will own. It will be a nonprofit organization that will be called Embrace Love.
Embrace Love. And what will they focus on?
I mean, honestly, the title speaks it all for me. I mean, this the embrace of all types of people and all types of individuals that deserve the same attention as you do because they were given the same good God-given breath that you were. I mean, really, like the whole charity itself is going to be based on the fact that these kids, these special needs kids and individuals, as well as military veterans and whatnot that have been injured, they're going to be given the right amount of care under the right amount of facilities for the right cause.
Yeah, they're born with that disability, and they feel different every single day. So, I've talked to Rodney about this multiple times. It's to make them feel special, to feel wanted as a person. To come and just have sleepovers over at the facilities that we have. Where they can hang out with other friends and we do take them on field trips and just have a really good time, man, and actually give these kids, something to live for other than feeling different every single day, like they're not a part of society, and just, feel special.
Yeah, man, and actually, if I had to be honest, like guys, I've had this plan in the works for a long time now, but lately, I really, if I had to share it with everybody that was listening and you guys here, the reason that I would do this is the fact that I've been working this job as a primary special needs caregiver for about 5.5 years. Well, recently with Triple Tower Entertainment and the other businesses and various businesses I'm involved with, I recently quit because a kid that I'd actually been working with for the past 4 years got put in Chattahoochee, which is one of the most known mental facilities in the United States. He got pulled away from us because he wasn't competent enough to know that when the lady said that he couldn't do yard work, then he couldn't set her house on fire. It's just really a really good primary reason that I'm going into what I am as soon as I can. And it will be funded by Triple Tower, as well as many other foundations, I'm sure, but it's going to be a nonprofit organization, and it's going to go with the same kind of storyline that Triple Tower would. It will take over internationally.
Absolutely.
Hopefully globally.
Absolutely. So, we got some big plans, so, we're going to be, helping out the military. Sorry, guys, you'll have to see these guys' faces over here. So.
Yeah, they're a little surprised by the part where Mike tried to burn somebody's house down.
But he's a great guy.
Well, you said it so nice.
That was it.
But it was just random,
It was a pop-up for everybody here. This wasn't scripted.
But this guy, his name was Marcus. He's a great kid. Absolutely great kid. Basketball, all the time, Rodney would be like, hey, man, you want to come play basketball? So we go play basketball. And this kid talked more shit in basketball than any person, but he was good.
Uh-huh.
He could drop 3-pointers like no tomorrow.
Right.
Just yak it.
That's what he would say?
Yak it. Yeah, that's created by Rob Smith, by the way.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's got a trademark on that word, yakets.
Yakets, yeah. Shout out to Rob Smith.
What made you decide to start working with an organization like that, though, 5 years ago?
Really, I just, sounds kind of like corny when it comes to the fact of the truth, but when I was in high school, I always, I had my friends, big circles of friends, small circles of friends, whatever it was, I always saw that they got treated differently. And honestly, it sounds kind of funny, but I would get very upset, almost to the fact where I would pout or cry when I would see one of them being mistreated or, treated differently than myself. And I didn't know where it was coming from, and, most of all, I thought it was a little feminine or whatnot, but in the aspect of things, like now being in the business for about 5.5 years and meeting all the support coordinators I've met and everybody that I've been involved with the special needs caregiving business, I'm really just thankful to the fact that I felt that emotion, at such an early age.
It's not a feminine thing. It's you reached a higher consciousness where you separate yourself back and you're like, I could just easily be you as you could easily be me.
Right.
Like you literally realize that we are all the same thing.
We are.
So of course you're gonna have sympathy and compassion and empathy for that thing because it's you. Like you would want good things for yourself. You just realize that. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Like you were able to see it. A lot of people can't recognize that. A lot of people don't have a
it's
outside
a different-
perspective.
It's a different impression.
And once you get it, like, oh shit, everybody's the same.
It's huge. Yeah, it's like an enlightened thing. You know?
It's exactly what it is.
You really feel just enlightened, and you feel thankful for the fact that you feel that way.
Are y'all set up to receive donations yet?
No, we're not at this time. I mean, really, right now, like I said, that it's going to be a charity, you know, as well as communicate with Triple Tower Entertainment. So basically, what now we're trying to do is build the company to where we can know that the followers will know that we're not just building this charity going ties with Triple Tower. This is just happens to be the characteristics of two like-minded individuals that are putting together two ideas at the same simultaneous time.
Yeah, we just wanted.
I just want to wait to really start it right. I want to have everyone involved, whether it be military, college, patrons, older, younger, it doesn't matter. If we all support the same cause, it will prevail. I mean, that's why you support your locals.
So make sure you keep an eye out for Embrace Love.
Absolutely.
Embrace Love, Triple Tower Entertainment. You know, y'all even need to watch out for our
I'll get
security
Profanity
director, Thor. He's going to be starting a security business.
Jesus.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Game
DJ
over.
Queasy, all our promoters, you know.
And see what we do here when we sit here and give these shout outs and whatnot is we exclaim how much it is it's how easy it is, to be an entrepreneur. Like we've instilled all these mindsets and they've helped us and we've all grown as a company. And I think the reason that really we're unique to the rest of everybody else that's here and doing the same kind of profession is that we really support everybody that takes care of us or gives any kind of kind words towards us. And we actually strive off that, like we thrive off it, really.
That's one thing I've noticed about you guys. The whole show is every event that we've asked you about, any type of promotion that we've asked you about, you give it back to shout out to this person, shout out to this person, thank you to this person.
And it's not even, let me think who that is. Like, it's right on.
Right.
Like,
Dude,
it's right on your tongue. Like, you
team.
remember those people.
Yeah, built-in mindset, man.
I mean, we have a bunch of promoters. I mean, we can give them all shout outs. I mean, they are the reason that we're being, they're as a family working to get this out there, If it was just me and him, we can have success, but it's better when you bring more people on and you help them out. You help them get further in life, You give them an extra, a little bit of money. I mean, they're going to do a lot for you, It's an abundance thing. So,
Right.
Let's say I ask you to do something for me or whatever, we do a service, and you do it for me. But after, you do that service for me, you also, you give me a bottle of wine or something. I'm going to remember that you gave me a bottle of wine. It was a gift. But that kind of thing goes a long way in business. There's different ways of exchange. I mean, there's criminal exchange where you're robbing people. There's fair exchange where you're just doing a fair exchange or abundance. It's when you do something for somebody, but you give them a little bit more. And they're always going to be there for it. It's loyalty. Loyalty is the number one thing. Our DJ Queasy has been with us for a long time. And, man, he started with us at the bottom, making $150. Now he's a director in our company. But when he started at that point, even if we canceled, I try to keep my word with him. Even if we canceled, I still paid him. Even if we didn't do an event, I still paid him, and that was the loyalty thing, So, with all our patrons that come in, we want to stay loyal to them. We want to do more and more, just to keep them coming back to show that we love them, because we got love for our whole family, and it's a whole Triple Tower family, everybody that comes to our events, everything,
Well,
we're going to actually end right here, and we'll come back and do 10 minutes and wrap it up. Thank you. Part 2 coming.
Thank you, guys.
That was kind of abrupt, but I feel like we got a little bit of a roll going. We'll just do 10 minutes.
I could have wrapped it up there.
The 150 thing? No.
No, this is the beginning. He's a director now.
Yeah.
Well, I just saying it's a thing,
Dude,
man.
did you notice the
could've wrapped
promoters
up
were
in
like
20
messaging
minutes.
us while we're on it?
Huh?
Are they?
Yeah.
This is a loyalty thing.
Guys, that didn't actually, I mean, I get that it went off topic, but at the same time, we had fun with it, and that's what I respect about it,
Yeah.
I think relatively, though, we got the message out.
Yeah, that was
I'm gonna
fucking
share the
pretty
shit
good.
out of that.
Yeah, I think it was really good.
That's
actually.
fun, right?
Like, I mean,
How
yeah,
fun
it
is
was-
that?
Bro, like, honestly,
It's a blast, right?
Really, like, besides
Such
the
a
whole,
rush.
like,
Is that why you like
alcohol,
doing it?
weed
You just love
accessory
doing
thing
it?
you guys
Yeah,
are doing
it's
for us,
great, man.
we
Like,
really
fuck, I get
respect
it
the
right.
fact that you guys see the vision we do. I mean, look at you, dude. You're sitting here on a fucking
says
see-through
it's
coffee
still live.
table in your homeboy's
Oh,
house,
it's just
and
that
you believe in what you're doing.
you want to
It's
stop
mad
this.